Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. We'll get started on our next multiplayer matchup. I'm going to be playing the Remnants of Victory, Conquer Map 2,000 points. I am again going to be playing as the Necrons because I really want to figure out a way to counteract this Seraphim build against the Adepta Sororitas here. Now, it's going to be a 60 point target, 8 turn limit, 2,000 points. Now, this guy is really good. I've played a few matches against him in the past, and I have no doubt he's probably going to kick my teeth in as I'm trying to figure out how to counteract these Seraphim. But I want to try kind of a little melee build and see how the Lich Guard are going to do. So I've got the Overlord, I've got 4 Lich Guards with their Hyperphase Sword and the shields, 2 Annihilation Barge, 1 Locust Heavy Destroyer, 3 Tomb Blades with the Tesla cannon, and then 4 Praetorians here, because I'm hoping they're going to be strong enough to be able to hold back flamers that most Adepta Sororitas players are going to be bringing against you, and yet be able to land hits against the Seraphim with all the evasion bonuses they get. Now, the one issue I'm a little bit worried about is the Seraphim, or not the Seraphim, the Lich Guard don't have a ton of movement, and then what I'm not quite sure about is, you know, that shield gives them 10% damage reduction, but if a flamer is doing 1 to 3 damage, or whatever the number is, at 10%, is that a... Oop, I just clicked the wrong button as I'm talking here. Damn it. If it's mitigating only 10% of the damage, if it doesn't round up to a whole number, will it not even have an effect? So I'm not quite sure on how that's going to work, but they should theoretically be even stronger than the Praetorians at tolerating the flamer attacks here, because they have 6 armor, whereas the Lich Guard are going to have 7 armor plus the 10% damage mitigation. Alright, we're going to bring another unit onto there because that should swing it in our favor. I'll bring you over to here to start buffing the movement of our other units. I bring you up to there. Bring you up to here. Yeah, this is just kind of a difficult map against the Seraphim as well, because you got those craters over there. Well, not really crater, but crevice, I guess, would be the better term for it. So they can just fly over and attack me. Because I have to assume a player as good as this guy is going to have the Seraphim, because he has to know how overpowered they are. So I've been playing against some other players, but not all of them are bringing the Seraphim, and that's the whole point of me wanting to play with these Necrons against them. Well, I guess let's just move the Tomb Blades up. And then I'll move him over to there. I doubt anybody's going to come up here and attack me this turn, because he shouldn't be able to get over here to fight us. And I don't know if there's necessarily any advantage for us to get closer than this. Alright, so 10 to 5. He's moving his guys down. So he's got Celestians. He has an Imagifier with him too, because he's got those bonuses. So they're getting the Graze Chance and Momentum gains. And those are the Celestians with the Flamer. So we want to keep our guys back so we're out of range of the Flamer, in case he decides to come for you, but you should also be close enough that you should be able to just walk up there and attack. Alright, and I can get you all the way over to here.
We serve.
He's got more guys in here than I do.
We move.
I'm not quite sure how many I'll have to move up to try to counteract his units. I guess I can bring the scarabs over here. Man, he still has more guys than me, huh? Well, I can bring you up to here, maybe. I could bring you up one. And then that would be another body on here. But I think I'll keep you over here. Okay, what do we got? So yeah, he's got Seraphim. I would have been shocked if he didn't. He's got some Dominions with the Stormbolters. He's buffing them with the Hospitaller. Alright, let's bring the Overlord here. And then I guess let's just move these guys over to here. Yeah, he's got more Seraphim over there. Alright, so we'll have you guys be like a wall here. Maybe I can pull you onto here and maybe switch it to be towards ours. No, he has even more guys over here controlling this. This must literally be full of sisters. I guess if I bring you over to here, I can start setting up some overwatches if he wants to charge into these guys and start getting some kills. We can use that to our advantage. I don't know where I want to move you to, is the issue. I move you up. See, I assume he's going to come over here and either jump the Tomb Blades or come after my Lich Guard. So I'm trying to position these guys in a way that I can use that to my advantage. With some Overwatch. Maybe I can get him to come after the Annihilation Barge. Let's bring you over here to summon in some warriors. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess we'll just have you sit back here. Alright, let's see what happens. So 15 to 15. Alright, slowly moving in with the Dominions. Okay, he's using the Imagifier. Doing the Graze Chance. That makes perfect sense. So he's going to buff the Seraphim even more. He's got a Rhino. Okay, he's got the Sister, so that's going to give him bonus damage. And then I'm also kind of curious to see how these ladies will do with the flame buffs here. So let's take a look. What the fuck? Wow. Yeah, and then he's got some Paragons back there. He's got a Castigator. Interesting. I don't see many people use those. Oh, what else you got? Another Celestian with the Flamer. Blessed Ammo. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that flamer, man. That was way more damage than I was expecting him to do. I mean, even with the increased whole number, I would think with all that armor differential, that would have been more... Ah, and he popped the smoke. Oh my god, all these guys, and I could only kill one model. What's the evasion? 46 with those guys. Yeah. Castigator. I'm actually surprised how much damage those guys are doing with the blessed ammo. I really thought the Lich Guard were going to be a lot harder for them to drop. Well, I guess those aren't the Lich Guard, those are Praetorians, but... Wow, that is a real kick in the dick. Well, so much for that hypothesis. Ah, shit. Alright, well, let's try to get the Annihilation Barge over here. Get you here. Freaking 37% chance to hit. And you missed all of those attacks. So yeah, this guy's got a 43% evasion. He didn't even use the grace, but then he's got it applied. That's just gotta change. Alright. Because even if I use my scope, I think here, it's not a partial cover, it's just evasion. Because yeah, they're all up to 46 to 50. I guess I can move these Lich Guard over a little bit, but now I gotta worry about those Flamers. But I guess he shouldn't be as strong since the cooldown will be on the Sister Superior ability there. But yeah, I was not expecting those Flamers to do that much damage. Shit. Alright. Well. And I think it's going to take at least 3 attacks, right, to kill the Zephyrim? Yeah, that would be assuming everybody hit, but we were just saying that we're missing now because his evasion's getting better every time I'm attacking. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, what the hell would I do then? I think it's pretty clear these Annihilation Barges are not smart to bring. But you can see the difference in that evasion, because it's like a 65% chance to hit those Celestians compared to like a 30% chance. So I think you can just see how these numbers are a little ridiculous here. So I'm going to attack with my whole army, and I'm probably going to kill 2 different units is what I think is about to happen here. Yeah, because they're getting bonus momentum, which is increasing his evasion even further. Damn. Yeah, so those Magifiers are the way to go for sure. Yeah, see, it doesn't do anything against the evasion. I thought so. Interesting.
Updating calculations.
Alright, and I bet these guys can't even hit anybody, so I guess the Locust Heavy Destroyers are out now too. Because you have to pretty much build a whole army around killing these 4 Seraphim. So I think Plasmomancers, right? Because that way you can bypass all their evasion, get some kills. If they're all grouped up, then you'll get the splash damage. And then you can finally run in with some melee guys, maybe? I mean, I guess you could do Scorptex too. I mean, vehicles are out.
Annihilation Barge, awaiting your directive.
I just don't know. Because, I mean, if you did the death marks, they're just not going to have the killing potential. I mean, you can increase their accuracy, but it would probably take 4 or 5 different models to wipe out a single squad, even if they're hitting. I thought the Living Lightning would be helpful to help get splash once you're getting those hits. But that's not the case. I mean, we can just kill these guys and get rid of that flamer. But yeah, oh man, what a disaster. I think he pretty much killed me in one turn. That's a little bit embarrassing. It's been a while since somebody's kicked my teeth in this bad. Yeah, I'm just not sure what the solution is here with the Necrons. The only thing I can think of is the Plasmamancers, really. But then if they get jumped with the charge attacks, I think 2 or 3 of those jump attacks should be enough to kill them. So you gotta not only take advantage of the guys when they're fighting you and getting blobbed up to get the most out of your nukes, but then you gotta keep them in protection so they don't get shot apart by everybody else that's there. And that Sister Superior really increases the damage against the Necron units. Yeah, see, now he's got actually 15% damage and armor piercing, so I was expecting that kind of damage with these buffs, but I wasn't expecting it with just the 15 or the 1% or 1 extra damage with the flamers. I was really shocked by that. Yeah, now these guys are grouped together so he can flame through. I've actually had a lot of people tell me they really like to use the melt-a-guns here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's definitely a dead vehicle there. % accuracy. Charge. Oh man. Yeah, he's totally beat my ass. Yeah, these guys are flaming me. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I missed 3 out of those 5 attacks. They're gonna come in and just finish me off. So that's a nice combo there. I mean, to do the flamer and then you can just keep feeding experience and momentum to the Seraphim, and that'll give them even more evasion. And then I'm really curious to know how many of those Graze attacks were really buffing them too with the Imagifier. So yeah, really using those guys to stack it up is just crazy. Really well done to our opponent here. Holy moly. I knew I was going to get my ass beat, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Yeah, I killed 2 units out of his frickin' army. And he's practically tabled me. He'll table me next turn. Alright, so let's see here. 50-50 shot. And one of those hit. Yeah. It's just such a bad situation here. Alright, well let's attack here. So that's a 73% chance to hit. And you grazed it. How can you graze a hit against somebody that's got 1 armor? I thought the graze situation was the difference between your armor piercing and the armor value. Yeah, you killed 1 model. Alright, let's bring you over here. Because I don't think at 2,000 points you could bring 2 overlords. Yeah, see, you just missed one of his attacks, too. Yeah, you missed another one. It's just crazy.
Every laceration is penance.
guess Plasmamancers. You know, that's just the only solution I can think of. I mean, the Scorptechs, I think, are just going to get blown apart by the Dominions. Yeah, I figured that was going to get them killed. Alright, let's see. How about your self-detonation thing? How much damage does that do?
Through pain, we seek retribution.
So that's like 10 damage. I think that activated the armor. So I don't think going like a mass scarab swarm to kill him. So I'm going to concede here. He just totally kicked my teeth in. I killed 2 units and he almost killed my whole army here. So let's see. The Overlord had an 86% chance. The Lich Guard at 80% and a 50% melee hit. That's just pathetic. Annihilation Bard says 76%, but I don't believe it. 25% on the Locust Heavy Destroyers. 78% on the Tomb Blades. 0% on the ones that were killed, 40% accuracy, 80% melee, 61% ranged, 80, 70, 85. So it seems like the Tomb Blades are hitting pretty regularly. The Annihilation Barge is a big flop. I guess the... Man, I really thought those Praetorians and the Lich Guard were going to be a good option here, but that does not seem to be the case if somebody brings us a superior to buff up that flamer, because they're going to have so much momentum built up that they're going to just, the following turn, use that increased armor piercing and 15% damage. That's a bad situation. I'm just trying to think, you know, the flayed ones, if everybody's all grouped together, they're not going to work well because they're going to miss hits and then they won't get kills, and then the Zephyrim are going to counterattack and hit them for more damage than you're doing, and then they're going to be susceptible to flame attacks and getting killed by Bolter units. The Hexmark Destroyers have a 100% chance to hit with their special ability, and then you can divide the attacks amongst 3 units. So that could help you finish off some units potentially, I suppose, or to weaken them down. But they're not very tanky, so then they're going to just get shot apart by the units that are there. The... what is it called? The Guardian or something like that? That's a buffer. He'll increase your accuracy, but that's only by 10% if I remember correctly. I don't remember if that's ranged and melee, so plus or minus on that, plus giving you some bonus HP to help tank a little bit more. Plus you could use your Lich Guard to use their little ability to get additional armor and HP. But again, I was rather shocked at how much damage that Flamer did there, because I mean, they should effectively have almost vehicle-like armor, being 6 to 7, and it didn't even seem to matter with that being like light Flamer. And it wasn't even like the Celestians were buffed up with model losses there, because with that trait they have, the damage goes up by 50% per model loss, up to 200% damage. And I don't think your Scarabs going with like a mass Scarab build just to use the Kamikaze ability is going to make sense, because I think when they're going into Kamikaze, that's going to trigger the pistol Overwatch. Although it didn't seem to when we were 1 square away. Well, what? The Zephyrim, I think, are worth 90. Scarabs are 35. So if you're doing 4 per kill, if not more, then that's not a cost-effective trade either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution here is going to be. I guess they probably, I think the easiest solution is that they got to nerf the Zephyrim, because I think they're a little broken. They got to fix that Grace ability. I mean, it was tolerable with the Seraphim because your other units were able to get in there and get the kills, but with the Zephyrim having counterattacks with with their power sword, so then they'll counteract melee units if they don't get the kill, unlike the Seraphim, which just pistol whip you, and that doesn't do much damage. It just makes it too much. So I think they just got to fix that grace bug. I mean, I have to assume that they know about this. The description itself says that it should only be activated while the jetpack is active, and it just sticks around. So I think they just got to fix that bug. I mean, it's been around since the inception of the game, and it hasn't been fixed, and because, again, the Seraphim weren't the end-all be-all situation, but now that you've got these power sword melee units, you can really feel that difference, because not only do they lock you down in melee, they can get at more difficult angles than the Seraphim were traditionally being on, and then with that counterattack with the power swords, it just makes them really hard to deal with. So maybe that'll be the inciting factor to finally fix that bug, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. I'll keep playing around, but the only thing I can think of, again, is the Plasmamancer. You can drop the nuke, and then you can use that melee damage reflection ability back on them if they want to end up attacking you. And yeah, so that's all I can think of. But maybe I'll play around with it some more, but I gotta take a break just because I'm pretty frustrated with the situation right now. I'm gonna be participating in the tournament that's coming up here. I suspect it'll probably be started by the time I upload this video. I'm going to be playing as the Adepta Sororitas here, so I'm just kind of playing against both with the Adepta Sororitas, getting a little practice for the tournament, and then also wanting to play players that are playing as them so I can get some ideas on different builds for the tournament. For those of you that have been watching my channel for some time, I usually wait for the tournament either to be in the final round or to be completed before I upload the tournament videos, just because there's some people that I may be my opponent that actually watch my channel, and I don't want them to see what builds I'm using, because then they can just counter my build, and that's no fun when that happens here. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe, encouraging to post more content for you. Have a great day.